It's a sad day when the citizens have to stop the police from using excessive force. But it's a happy day too. Video shows East Precinct officers back down after bystanders step in over heavy response to Capitol Hill shots fired 911 calls. Reports of gunfire and yelling in the street Wednesday night near 12th and Mercer led to a tense situation with East Precinct officers taking aim on an unarmed person in crisis before deciding to retreat from the scene when a crowd of bystanders gathered. The quickly formed and instantly tense standoff is an example of how fast a police response to a 911 report involving a gun can escalate, and also shows how perceptions of police in a standoff situation have shifted after repeated incidents like the killing of Tyree Nichols. Video of Wednesday night's incident sent to CHS after it was recorded around 7 p.m. at 11th and Mercer shows 4 minutes of the short standoff as police took their position up the dark street and one officer aimed his rifle, commanding the upset subject to drop any weapon and get on the ground. The confusing scene continued with police yelling commands as concerned bystanders told the officers to back off. "We're much more scared of the f***ing police in this situation than this guy," one person yells. "Can you guys f***ing calm down? Calm the f*** down." Wow. It got ugly. According to East Precinct radio updates, police had been dispatched to the area after a 911 caller reported a gunshot. And the second caller reported 2 shots, along with somebody yelling, "Everybody's going to die." But people at the scene told police there was no shooting and no gun. Only a young person in a yellow sweater, upset and suffering a crisis. "Having just had a pretty close look at him, I hadn't seen a gun, and he and I both yelled at the police that he didn't have any gun," the witness who recorded the video tells CHS. A woman across the street echoed our statement. "I was scared of being caught in police gunfire and moved to the side and started filming, as did several other bystanders." Thank God. According to radio updates, officers at the scene reported bystanders were actively hindering their response and asked for permission to back down. "We're going to go ahead and disengage," one officer says, confirming the response found no victim and no shell casings in the area. Only 20 bystanders, with 4 surrounding the suspect. As the person in the yellow sweater sat down and put his hands in the air, police began to leave the scene. The cops eventually decided he wasn't a threat or wasn't worth the bad publicity and left. The witness who contacted CHS said there were 3 police cars and at least 4 officers on scene. "I was told by one officer afterwards that the participating incident had been the victim slapping the stop sign on the corner. The victim told me he had gotten into an argument and went outside to cool off. He was listening to music on a Bluetooth speaker, which is what the cops perceived to be a gun." CHS has asked SPD for more information on the incident and their response. Here is the report on the incident provided by SPD. Police responded to 12th Avenue East and East Mercer Street after multiple callers reported hearing shots fired. One of the callers described a possible suspect walking away, and officers spotted him nearby. Believing him to be possibly armed, police attempted to detain the suspect by giving him verbal commands at a distance. The man ignored commands. As police were giving the man commands, multiple community members encircled the subject and attempted to obstruct officers' paths to approach the man while filming the incident. Despite police informing citizens the man may be armed, the community members continued to interfere and became increasingly hostile. Based on the number of community members becoming involved and their unwillingness to comply with officers' commands, it became clear there was no safe means to detain the subject without unnecessarily endangering everyone that was now involved. Unable to investigate further, officers disengaged and left the area. Police found no evidence of a shooting at the original scene, and no gunshot wound victims were reported.
Neighbors, they likely saved a black man's life by responding in this way.
My God, I'm so confused. Like, what are they even talking about? Everything. Make sure you don't have a gun. I don't have no weapon, sir.
He's holding a phone.
I have no weapon. This is a speaker. I don't have anything on me. Walk towards us. I don't have anything on me. I have nothing. What?
He's not holding a gun. I'm afraid of
the person. What are you talking about?
We're much more scared of the police in this situation than this guy. Can you guys calm down?
I don't have anything on me.
Calm the down.
He has no weapons on him.
He has nothing on him.
I have nothing on him.
He has nothing on him.
What are they talking about, Mom? I can't even see
I know, I can't see anything either.
You want me to walk up with you, man?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up with you, okay?
Bro, I'm just getting on the ground. I'm not even walking anywhere, bro. They're aiming guns at me. No one has a gun except for you.
They don't care if you have a gun. Oh my God, this is crazy. The community doesn't care because my brother didn't do anything. And they literally just had guns literally aimed at my brother. These cops had guns aimed at my brother. In Seattle, was up with me a flight I'm leaving tomorrow. Y'all just tried to assassinate my brother, bitch. Talking about shots? Oh, y'all don't care.
Walter.
Back out.
Let me tell you why these cops left. They left because they clearly saw the man they were about to assault or have adverse engagement with, whatever they wanted to do. They left without that engagement because they clearly saw a community had his back. This is what happens when we are a coalition. This is what happens when we operate in a spirit of unity. This is what happens when we are more concerned about drawing circles rather than drawing lines.
I love this. I love what happened for this young man right here. I love what happened to these cops. I love that humanity showed up to say, you know what? Enough is enough. Stop murdering our people. Stop jumping the gun, blowing things out of proportion. Start serving and protecting, or we'll do it ourselves. I'll see you in the comments, beautiful people.